the key which you want to search, we will find out the address for that key using hash function, right? We will go to that address. So address field में किस चीज का एड्रेस रहेगा, रिकॉर्ड का रहेगा या फिर बकेट का रहेगा? यस, किस चीज का एड्रेस रहेगा हैश टेबल में इन केस ऑफ बकेट हैशिंग? यस, which address will be there in the hash table? Address of bucket, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So that address of bucket we will find out and we will search for the key value pair, that is record in that particular bucket. If the element is not found in that bucket, that particular bucket जो address हमें मिला है with the help of hash function, okay, if the element is not found in that bucket, then we need to search for the element, search for that record in the overflow bucket as well, right? So if the element is found in the same bucket जो address हमें मिला है with the help of hash function, then there is no need to search in the overflow bucket. But वो particular bucket में अगर हमें record नहीं मिलता है तो we need to search for that record in the overflow bucket. So if the record is not found in both the buckets, that is the bucket which we have got from the hash function, whose address we have got from the hash function, that bucket as well as overflow bucket, if the record is not found in both, then we say record is not present in the hash table, right? And if the record is present in any one of these two buckets, then we say record is present. So you can observe here that overflow bucket can grow of large size. Overflow bucket, because it is shared between all the buckets, right? So इसका size बहुत बड़ा हो सकता है in worst case, isn't it? Yes or no? Are you all with me? Okay. So if in worst case your overflow bucket has grown to very large size, okay, so in that case there is an additional overhead that you will have to search for the current record in the overflow bucket, which may be the expensive process in case of in worst case. So worst case क्या हो सकता है? Let us consider that you have the bucket of size 3. Okay, all the buckets are of size 3 and there is a overflow bucket of infinite size. Okay, and let us consider that your buckets are full and some element you have stored so many elements in your overflow bucket. So आपके every other bucket is having only 3 elements and your overflow bucket is having suppose 100 elements. Okay, so in worst case, suppose you want to search for 33. So you will search for 33 in that bucket whose address is 3. And 33 is not found in that because the 3 records which are there, they are other than 33. So after searching for those records, 3 records, you have not found 33 in that and you have to search for that 33 in the overflow bucket, which is of size और जिसके अंदर कितने एलिमेंट्स है 100 एलिमेंट्स है. सो दिस सर्चिंग ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड इन द ओवरफ्लो बकेट इज एक्सपेंसिव टास्क इन दिस केस बिकॉज मेरे बहुत सारे रिकॉर्ड्स ओवरफ्लो बकेट में है. So this is expensive process and which requires more time complexity. Okay, so have you understood what is bucket hashing and how to insert the element in case of bucket hashing and how to search the element and what is the problem of bucket hashing in worst case? Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no? Okay. So shall I move ahead? Next is extendable hashing. So in extendable hashing, if linear probing or separate chaining is used for collision handling, so we have used both the techniques. If there is a collision, we may use the linear probing. That is, if the location is already full, or if a location is already occupied, search for the next location. Or in the same location itself, maintain a chain or linked list. Right? So both the methods are used to handle the collision. Then in case of collision, several blocks are required to examine the search. When the table is full, then expensive rehash should be used. So अगर मेरा linear probing मैंने use किया है and still I am getting collision, so unnecessarily all the keys will be hashed to the other addresses. जैसे कि मैंने I want to store 3 and address 3 is not free. So I will be storing 3 to the location 4, right? Which is not good actually. That is value 3 I am storing in 4 and it will not result into the good complexity. What is the aim behind using hashing technique? That is, we want the complexity लेस देन लॉग एन. हमें कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कम करना है. जो हमारे ट्रेडिशनल सर्चिंग मेथड या फिर ट्रेडिशनल डेटा स्ट्रक्चर्स थे, उनके ऑपरेशंस we have discussed in very first lecture that operations performed on those traditional data structures were resulting into the more time complexity, that is order of n or order of order of log n. इससे कम complexity नहीं मिल रहा था. But if there are so many collisions and we are using linear probing or separate chaining or these techniques for handling collision, then in worst case it may happen that its complexity जिसके लिए हमने ये technique use किया है, that is not achieved. So fast searching and less disk access is used in case of extendable hashing. Okay, then the next technique is, last topic of this unit is skip list. Okay, so the skip list, I think it should be started in the next unit. Sorry, next lecture. Skip list we will discuss in the next lecture. Will that be fine? Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we can stop here. I will be sharing that link which we have discussed in the previous lecture. That is in the first lecture. So I have shared that link on your WhatsApp group. You all please fill the details. You have to pay the fees and you have to upload the uh, proof for that, huh? So read that form carefully do all necessary requirements, and then fill the forms. Have you received that?